What's up, everybody? I'm Jesse. This is my garage. These are all my cars. And today we're actually just kind of gonna go over some 300ZX. We're gonna turn some wrenches, show you, I guess, what it's like to actually work on the project car and just some of the crazy stuff that we do. Show you what it took to get those to look like that. And getting some stuff painted, getting prepped up. As you can see, the front suspension is removed. Just what it is to be a project car on the 300ZX. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the process. All right, so we've got this side. All right, so we've got this side pretty tore apart. Our pile of parts has grown considerably, and that's kind of what we're left with there. So I'm just gonna continue to get this cleaned up. Yeah, we'll get that cleaned up. There's our tie rod inner and outer, our wheel hub, control arm. Over here, press out the bushing, the ball joint, get all this cleaned up, and of course we have to do the other side still because we're only half done. We'll take this side apart too and do the same thing over there. All right, well, I think we're making progress. We're missing a bunch of components here, stuff scattered all over the ground, so it's time to organize and clean this mess up before we go any further. I've kind of got the bolts set in like order, but that'll only last for so long. So I'm going to get them over here. I'm actually using my little trick we talked about in another video. Bam. And I'll just combine the two sides and we'll know what bolts are upper control arm bolts, what are lower control arm bolts, and we'll be able to put them back where they're supposed to go. So I'm gonna get this place cleaned up, but we're doing good. All right, so you wanna take off your inner fender liners to clean, and maybe even paint your wheel well. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I already took this piece off. 5 screws right there. That'll drop this out of the way. We've got 1 screw right underneath here, 1 screw right there. And then we need to take this guy out. We've got a clip here. It's missing a clip there, missing a clip there, and then 2 clips right there. So we'll pull all that out, and this is the dirtiest part in your vehicle, guaranteed. All right, well, like I said, this is the dirtiest place on your car. Right here, look at that nasty. That is gross. That breeds rust. All that debris in there traps moisture on the metal, especially on the inside of the metal, just waiting for rust to happen. So that's why it's so important right here to check for rust, because and that's why we're also cleaning it too. So we're gonna get that cleaned up. We'll spray this down. You can see behind this spider webs, all kinds of nasty stuff. So we're gonna get this whole area cleaned up and make it look presentable. All right, well, I've got the wheel well all prepped out. We sanded it down, hit it with the good old Scotch-Brite. Got everything cleaned up pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some of this prep all, get it ready. We will actually primer it. We'll throw some paint. That will be looking really good. Nice clean, everything cleaned, new paint, and all new suspension components. Something to be proud of. All right, so we're working on the car. We have parts everywhere. Parts everywhere. We've got it. A Ghetto Fabulous masking job. We're gonna paint these wheel wells and make them look slick. And while we're doing that, I'm actually gonna paint this lower lip since we're gonna have all the paint out. And I'm probably gonna take the lights out and get a fresh coat of black on this as well. Over here, we're missing a lot of suspension components. It's all messed up. We'll tackle that tomorrow. And a ton of parts there. We've got everything all organized, bolts put away, all the parts organized so we know what's going back on there and what's getting replaced. But now I've got to sand this front lip and get it ready for paint. stage. Paint and primer. I'm gonna primer it first. First, we have to go get some paint. So we're gonna run to the auto body store, grab some paint that I actually need a tool. So we're gonna go by Harbor Freight 2 and pick up a little something. All right, well, it is kind of... So instead of taking the 350Z, which I wanted to, we are in the wife's car, which is still pretty sweet. Nice two-tone interior, which I really like. And we've got our paint coats here. We're gonna get some white and some black so we can paint some trim. And all right, let's head out. All right, we made it. Time to get our auto body supplies. All right, there we've got some black and some white, and we're ready to paint. All right, well, they didn't have the tool we needed. Well, they did, but it was too much money. More than I want to spend it. There's a way that we can get it for free. So we're gonna do that. But they did have this here, this O-ring kit that I was talking about in another video. It's like $7.99 here. Pick it up, it's awesome. You'll need all those O-rings at some point, or at least 2 of them. So we're gonna go and try to get the ball joint puller for free from AutoZone on their Rent-A-Tool program. Let's go see if we can hook that up. All right, well, we got a nice little plug for AutoZone there, but we've got our tools. Now, this was 160 bucks, but you just bring it back and get your money back. So it's free, but this costs a little something up front. I didn't feel like spending $150 on these tools just because you don't use them all the time. If I could get them at a good price, sure, we'll throw them in the toolbox. Otherwise, we need that free price. So now we can get this. Here's what that ball joint looked like. I mean, that is raggedy. So we got one more arm to prep. I forgot to get something to mask off the entire car to paint. So right now we're gonna use our tool, get the lower control arms prepped up. Then once we can go get some more supplies, we will go grab some stuff like a plastic sheet to throw over the car. That way we can paint. We don't have to worry about anything, mostly just the clear. Mostly worried about the clear going on the car. Usually the paint and the primer pretty much goes where you want it. That clear just atomizes, goes in the air, it's sticky and float around and get all nasty stuff. So we need that. I'm gonna go ahead and pop the other one of these out. This is so nasty. And yeah, start getting those arms prepped up. Oh man, as it drops the controller on the ground. A little more. What, a little bit more? Let me see. Get that flush. Oh, and you let it go all the way up.
And it fell on the ground.
It's practicing his jacking. Needs like a medium setting. Oh, it does. All right, well, as you can see, we've got this pretty much taped off. We'll get this painted black. I got the lip pretty sanded down. I'll actually pull that off to paint it. And our wheel wells are pretty much in the same place that we had them yesterday, except for we got the car all covered up. And we got our lower control arms put together. If you're gonna take out bushings, don't even mess around. Just go get the torch and burn them out, because that's just the way to do it. It just is. All right, so as soon as we get paint on this, which I will work on tomorrow, we can actually start putting it back together, and it should look really slick. Now, of course, you don't have to go and do crazy stuff like paint the wheel wells to match the color of your car just for fun. But, you know, project car, so you gotta do crazy stuff like that. So that's what we're gonna do. Well, if you wanna see more of this, you wanna check out the rest of what we're doing here, go ahead, you know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button so you can know when we put it out. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one.